May is Internal Audit Month, aimed at highlighting the vital role of internal auditors in protecting business integrity, especially as global risks continue to evolve. A worldwide social media campaign launched on May the 2nd, 2025, aims to place their contributions under the spotlight and raise awareness about the profession. Joining us now to explore the impact and future of internal auditing is Arlene-Lynn Volmink, CEO of the Institute of Internal Auditors. Good afternoon and thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much for this opportunity to talk to you today about the beloved profession that we all love, internal audit.
Why is Internal Audit Month important and how does May the 2nd global campaign aim to boost awareness?
Well, the global campaign is based on a theme called #OneIIA. It's all about our unity in purpose. It's about appreciating our diversity as a global profession and a global organization with over 260,000 professionals across the world. We've also locally chosen the theme of Siyasizana, which means we are helping each other. And at the Institute of Internal Auditors South Africa, our role really is to create that sense of community, a resource hub of support for our internal audit professionals to receive the knowledge, the information, the skills that they need to practice ethically and professionally within their organizations.
Now, the Institute of Internal Auditors globally released the new standards, which became effective in January this year. What are the plans or activities that are in place in South Africa to ensure that the new standards are indeed implemented?
Thank you so much for the question. And, it's been a journey for us. Even though the new standards became effective on the 9th of January 2025, they were actually released on the 9th of January 2024. So at the Institute, we had a roadshow just to raise education and awareness last year. This year, our focus is really on helping internal auditors within their organization to address the practical challenges around implementation. So with that, we have partnered with Facet with the Lifelong Learning Project, where we offer free training to finance and audit and risk professionals across South Africa to give them skills and awareness around implementing the standards. And then we've also recently held our public sector conference on the 5th and 6th of May. And at that conference, we just shared success stories in terms of what internal audit functions are getting right, and then, some challenges. I think as a profession, we are often still misunderstood. And so it really, the standards gives us an opportunity to amplify our purpose and explain what it is that we do within our organizations.
What's the difference between the audits conducted by the internal auditors and those carried out by external auditors, like the Auditor General?
Thank you for that as well. So it's one that we need to explain quite often. I haven't found a good analogy to explain what I do to my mother yet. But in simple terms, internal audit, our role is ongoing. We're focused on objective insight and advice. And, we are there internal in the organization. And even though we are independent, we are inside the organization. So we help management in terms of the governance and risk and internal control systems. Whereas with external audit, they are there to do a periodic review at a point in time, and they really express an opinion on the presentation and accuracy of the financial statements and the financial position of a company. But we both contribute to transparency and good governance within organizations. So we have a complementary role to play. And this is why we have recently signed an MOU with the Auditor General of South Africa, because we appreciate that internal audit and external audit, both assurance providers, we need to work together.
Now, the Institute of Internal Auditors held a public sector conference earlier this month. What are some of the key takeaways needed to equip public sector internal auditors?
So the theme of that public sector conference was Game Changers, Serving Public Interest Through Innovation. And for me personally, the key takeaway was that there's a call to action. We talk about agile and AI and technology, but those are just tools to get to our purpose, which is to enhance and protect value and lead to systems of good internal controls, good governance and ethical leadership within our organizations. And then secondly, which comes through very strongly in our global internal audit standards, is that we are there to serve public interest. And that is, us indirectly contributing towards public service delivery in the public sector. So for me, it was the call to action as a key takeaway, and then maybe also that we really can't do it alone. As internal audit, we need to work with, external audit role players and other assurance providers across the organization. So we do need to partner and collaborate as far as possible.
And lastly and briefly, how can business leaders build stronger partnerships with internal auditors to support better decision making and long-term organizational strength?
Thank you so much. So yes, part of the standards is actually, a concept of combined assurance, where we all want to contribute to this ethical landscape, to good governance within the organization. And so whether you sit in management, whether you sit in second line, like your risk management, your compliance management functions, or you're in third line, internal audit, or fourth line, external audit, or other service providers, we all need to work together for the benefit of the organization, so that we really make a meaningful difference and we make a long-term impact on the sustainability of the organization, and also just helping that organization to serve its purpose and meet its objectives.
That was Arlene-Lynn Volmink, CEO of the Institute of Internal Auditors.